Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about what financial advice that I would give to my 16-year-old self if I had a time machine and I could go back in time. Before we get into the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if this video adds value to your life at all, make sure to subscribe. I do make new videos just like this one every single week. Alright, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so just to start off, to give some background, when I was 16, I worked at Chipotle. I made like $800 a month. I worked part-time. I was still in school. I literally spent every single penny of what I made. I think probably from 16, half of 17, I didn't save a single dime. I bought so many things. I bought a new phone, stuff for my car, shoes, clothes, food, fast food. I bought so many things, and I wish that there was someone who told me back when I was 16 years old some different things that I could and should be doing with my money at that age and at that time, instead of spending it on every little thing that I possibly could. So the first thing that I would say to my 16-year-old self if I had a time machine and could go back and tell him would be to save at least 20% of everything that I made. Now I say it's the first thing because it's also the most important thing. And if you have more self-discipline than I did and you can do 20% more, then let's say you could do 50%, then yeah, save 50%. But you are still 16, you are a kid, maybe you want to go on dates, gas money, go out with your friends. So I get it if you don't want to save all your money or even half your money. But the more you can save, the better it'll be. You should just try to have a goal of saving at least 20% at 16 years old. So if you're 16 years old watching this video right now, if you can just save 20% of the money that you're going to make from 16 to 17, okay, for those 2 years, you can save a few $1,000s. That is the first thing that I would have told myself when I was 16 years old. Now, the 2 years go by, and the day you turn 18, you have all this money saved, you have $3,000 at the bank. Great, now what's the next step? What do I do with it? So that brings me to my next point. So the second thing that I would tell my now 17-year-old self, if I could go back with the time machine, is to learn everything that I could about the stock market. Learn about what investing is and the principles of investing. Learn about what different funds are. Things like ETFs, mutual funds, dividend stocks, Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks, all the different things, and really learn up about what those things are. I would show him and tell him all about compound interest and the beauty of compound interest, and then I would tell him to start investing the day that he could, which is for me October 4th, the day I turn 18. So the day that you turn 18, open up a Roth IRA investment account. Once you open up your Roth IRA, pick 4 different mutual funds that you're going to put your money into. The reason that I do 4 is because it maximizes the amount that you can diversify your investment portfolio. In these 4, you're going to want a small company mutual fund, big company mutual fund, a mid-sized company mutual fund, and then an international company mutual fund. When you go to pick these mutual funds, don't just pick any random mutual fund as long as they're small, big, medium, or international. You're going to want to look at their lifetime return on investment, or ROI. You're going to want to make sure that it's at least at 12%. I guarantee you, you can find higher than 12% if you actually look, but just make sure it's no less than 12%. You're going to want to make sure that this mutual fund is at least 20 years old, and not just some mutual fund that says it has a 22% return on your investment, but it's only 2 years old and the economy was great for the last 2 years. Now, let's say that you saved from 16 and 17 years old, you were able to save $3,000. This is obviously just a guess. Who knows how much you personally will actually save. I'm just saying for me, let's say 20%, I saved $3,000. The next thing that I would tell my younger self is to put that money that I had saved, the $3,000, and put that all into the mutual funds that I had just chosen. Then once I do that, I would tell him to put at least $20 a month into that investment account until you retire, and then I would show him and tell him that he would now retire a millionaire. And there's the explanation right there of how you'll be a millionaire. You start with the $3,000, just putting $20 a month in until you retire, and boom, you retire with over $1 million. Obviously, you can play around with that. If you put more than just $20 in there, you will retire with much, much more than over $1 million. But that is up to you. At least $20 should be the bare minimum because $20 is not hard to come up with every single month. So now I've just turned 18 years old. It's my 18th birthday. I have $3,000 invested into the mutual funds, and as long as I keep putting the $20 a month into this account, I will retire a millionaire. What is the next bit of advice that I would give to my now 18-year-old self? Well, it would be to start an online business on the side. Obviously, you're still in high school at this age, just turning 18, unless you were able to skip a grade or some outlier that made you not in high school. But in the case that you are still in high school, your main priority should be to just graduate, have that your full-time job, and then have this online business just on the side maybe 10, 20 hours a week. The next step to create an online business would be to learn how to build a website. Whether you do that through YouTube or maybe your high school has a class where you can take that'll teach you how to build a website. But that is the first step, is to learn how to build a website and then actually build a website. Now, when I say build a website, I'm not saying build the website, because you're going to want to have a couple practice runs and really get good at building this website and really learn how to do it the right way. Work and learn how to make it look as professional as it possibly can. You don't want your website to look bad, because then people will think it's a scam, and if it looks unorganized or unprofessional, you're going to lose a lot of business and a lot of potential customers. People just won't buy from you even if you have a great idea or a great product and you are truly legit. Now, on the other hand, right now, if you're thinking, well, I actually am not going to do this because that's not my dream. I don't even have a desire to go into business. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer, teacher. I want to go off to college. I want to do something else. I'm not interested in e-commerce or business or anything like that. That is the great thing about these business models that I'm about to show you. You do not have to make it your full-time job. This can just be some really, really nice cash on the side for you, so you can fund your hobbies. Maybe you want to go to college, pay for your food in college, whatever you really want to do with it. We'll take me, for example. So the business on the side that I'm choosing and I chose to do is affiliated marketing. I might get into some other ones later on, but just for right now, I'm really focusing on affiliated marketing. I'm currently a pre-med in college, and I'm an EMT, and I have a job. I actually only spend about 6 hours a week towards my little online business of affiliated marketing. And all I do for my online business is make these YouTube videos. Right now, I'm really just focusing on building my brand name and building up my business little by little. That's the nice thing about having a business that you only have to focus 6 to 20 hours a week on, is that you don't rely on it. So there's no pressure. You can go at the speed that you need, the speed that you want. So at least look into this. So real quick, just some different ideas for some online side businesses. You could do affiliated marketing, which is what I do, which is basically where you'll make content of some sort. So like I'm on YouTube making YouTube videos. You could also do a blog post. So if you're really passionate about something, or you could just talk about something for hours and hours with someone and you're really, really knowledgeable about it, then maybe starting up blog posts and just writing articles about those things. Once you have a little following, or you don't even need a little following, you can actually create little affiliate links for free, and then you put them in your content, and if people click on them, you get paid. You see this all the time with YouTubers when they say, I'll drop a link in the description down below. Usually those are all affiliate links. So if you click on that and you buy something from there, or sometimes if you even just click on the link, that YouTuber will usually get paid. And it's the same thing that you see this all the time in blog posts. When you're reading a blog post and you'll see a little link or something, a little ad on the side, if you click on that, then that person who wrote that blog post gets paid. Another idea for an online business is you could do drop shipping, which drop shipping is when basically you buy really, really cheap products from Chinese companies like AliExpress, or there's a few different others, and you make your website super professional, so when people see the ad for this item, they'll buy it from you. And let's say it's a necklace and they buy it for $10. You see that all the time, like a little chain. Buy that for $10, and they're actually getting that for 5 cents, 10 cents, and they usually can keep most of the profits. With dropshipping, the only capital that you need to get started is enough money to run your ad revenue, which could be a couple $100s. So that can be an excellent side business. If you guys don't know about it, you should look up dropshipping on YouTube and just kind of see what it's about and see just how much money you can make from dropshipping. And if you're still adamant and you're still like, no, James, I don't want to have anything to do with business, but you're more on the creative side, then you could always start a YouTube channel or a blog post like I mentioned. And instead of doing affiliated marketing like I mentioned, with YouTube there's so many other opportunities to make money. You could have ad revenue and you could have sponsorships, and if YouTube is really something that you enjoy, then it's like you get paid for something that you love. Okay, so the last thing that I would tell my younger self, now 18-year-old self, is I would tell him to make sure that he is consistent in what he is doing. I would tell him to be consistent in putting this $20 a month into his investment account, as well as be consistent in his YouTube channel or dropshipping or whatever side business that he decided to go into. There will be so many times where you have no motivation to do these things, or you really get discouraged. Maybe you're not selling anything, or you're not getting any views on your YouTube channel, or nobody's reading your blog post and you feel like you're just making content for no one. But that's how it always is going to be in the beginning of anything that you do in your life. You're never going to be great and you're never going to be a professional at anything that you do just starting out. It's just not how the world works. It's not how anything works. If you just do it for a year and you're not getting the results that you want or that you wished for, and then you quit, you're not going to be able to see what you could have been, what you could have achieved had you just kept going and been consistent. Just keep pushing through the discouraging times, guys, and your 25-year-old self will for sure thank your teenager self. Alright guys, so that was what financial advice that I would give to my 16-year-old self. If you enjoyed that video at all or it added value to your life, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I do make new videos just like this one every single week. But have a great day, guys, and see you next week.